Hello, everyone. I wanted to welcome you to the Women Veterans Alliance webinar. I am Melissa Washington. I'm the CEO and founder of Women Veterans Alliance. We're a nationwide organization with our primary focus is to connect women veterans with each other and also with resources. And one of the ways that we connect with resources is through our Wednesday webinar series that takes place every Wednesday at 12 p.m. Pacific and 3 p.m. Eastern. So again, we want to thank all of you here for being on our program. If you're not connected with us, we are on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, LinkedIn, and please do subscribe to our YouTube channel, as this presentation will be uploaded there, as well as our previous webinars are also on our YouTube channel. If you're not a Women Veterans Alliance member, there are extra benefits becoming a member, which you can visit our website and click on join. And speaking of membership, we are having a membership promo. So if you're interested in becoming a paid Women Veterans Alliance member, please email me and I will be happy to share that promo information with you. And if you haven't heard, we have launched a new magazine. It's a Women Veterans magazine. It's a digital and print publication. We've launched California already, and we are working on additional states. And if you are interested in bringing this publication to your state, please do not hesitate to reach out to me. And you can find more information at womenveteransmagazine.com. So we do have some upcoming events. We have tomorrow night is our comedy, online comedy show. You can join us online from the comforts of your home, wherever you're at. And Jerry is a comic, and he's just going to be giving us the opportunity to have some laughter. And I think all of us need some good laughs. So please feel free to join us. There's no cost to join us. We've got some great webinars scheduled for May. And you can visit our, go to Women Veterans Alliance, our website, and click on webinars, and you can see all of our upcoming webinars. But here's just what we've got on tap for May. And of course, we'll have sharing our June ones, and you can easily register for these webinars. So without further ado, I would like to introduce my friend and also my Navy sister, VR Small, out of Dallas, Texas. And she is a Navy veteran, an experienced motivational speaker, moderator, and educator with a history of success driving social and economic innovations across our nation. She believes in designing strategies that promote her personal slogan, changing the way we see the world and do business. These include global strategies to ensure women possesses the resources necessary to achieve the definition of success. She believes in sisterhood in action. So without further ado, I'm going to turn over to Miss VR Small.
Welcome, ladies. I need to be able to share again. So excited to have everybody online today, and so excited to be with my Navy sister, Melissa. This is my first time doing a webinar, so we're pretty excited to be here.
Yeah, you should be able to share.
Yeah.
There you go.
Let's see. Where's our PowerPoint? So welcome, ladies, to the Partnership Advantage, a small business growth strategy from competition to collaboration. So again, I'm VR Small, and I'm so excited. I'm the founder and CEO for the Veteran Women's Enterprise Center. It's a national initiative. We're headquartered in Dallas, Texas, but we are serving women across 26 states. I hope one of yours. If not, please get connected. This is our website. So we are ADA compliant. So if any of you have disabilities, you can manipulate our website to support you however needed. We also have a Bob, so you can leave us a quick text message or ask us to call you back. Please note, we're a small team, so we won't be able to get back to you immediately, but we will get back to you. And it's very easy to manipulate our page. We invite you to get connected. Follow us on social media. We're on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Instagram. So it doesn't matter from San Francisco over the bridge to Brooklyn Bridge in New York. we can make these connections to collaborate across the globe. Because as you know, even though we are veterans, we still have our active duty sisters who are looking at entrepreneurship. We have reservists, we have our military spouse. So we have an entire community of people that we can work with to connect and collaborate. And competition is kind of a worldwide thing, but everything doesn't have to be competitive. So what are we going to look at? We're going to gain insight on how to apply the partnership advantage to your business growth plan. And I hope everybody has a business growth plan. We're going to examine how small business owners can transform competitors into collaborators, creating opportunities for local, state, federal, and of course, global growth. And last but not least, I want to discuss applicable strategies to recognize and develop sustainable relationships that support your company's vision, mission, culture, and customers. So before I move on, I want to let you know this is usually an all-day session. So we're not going to get into a lot of the exercises, but I am going to tell you what they are and you can work on them on your own. But we're going to whiz through this so you get the overall view of the partnership advantage. So let's talk about partnerships. What is a partnership? So we always like to go back to Webster, and that says that a partnership is two or more people who take part in some activity in common. It could be two or more people engaged in the same business enterprise and sharing its profits and risks, or two or more people associated in a business venture. So you only need one more person, but I like to see us build community. So you may be partnering in groups of 2 or 3 because you don't just have to do a one-on-one. We're going to talk about how that works. So our first process is to gain insight. For me, it starts with synergy. Definition: productive, collaborative relationships. Who do you have synergy with? Who do you really connect with? And how can you get connected to them? What is it about your competitor that you really want to be a part of? What do they have that you don't have? Like, wow, I love the way they do that. Because when you have that synergy, these entities come together, you have that greater total effect than the sum of what you could ever do on your own as one person. So SBA has just put out this series called The Partnership Journey. I definitely want you to go and check out their platform because it also has some exercises that you can use to start thinking about who should I partner with? What things should I partner on? And then how do I plan that all out? I love their little PDF. It's an entire journey, so go through it and see, but we're gonna tap on some of the higher end concepts here. 90% of CEOs of small businesses say, hey, these alliances, these partnerships have helped them grow. So if you're not thinking about, and so the time is now. And why is the time now? Well, one of my favorite things is the Women-Owned Small Business, WOSB. They started that in 2017, 2019. They came out and said, we're going to enhance this. And what they've done for us, women, is they created, you have a level playing field. But the only people that can get on this platform are other WOSBs. So the WOSB set aside is only for other WOSBs or EDWOSB. So if you're certified with the SBA, and there's a WOSB contract that you want a piece of, and I love this word, you want a piece of it. So say you look at that contract and you look at it and you say, wow, I can only do 30% of this. Don't lay it down. Start looking at who else can do a piece. We could drop, Alicia.
Melissa, you're still here, VR. I see you, but the PowerPoint dropped.
Oh, okay. Let's get back to the PowerPoint then. That was odd. Okay, so we were talking about WSB. To me, this is key because not only do they have set aside, but they have sole sourcing. So if you have not registered as a WSB or an EDWSB and register for both if you can, you need to look into that ASAP. So let's talk about collaboration at the conceptual level. It involves first, you want to be conscious and aware of your costs. What is it going to cost me to collaborate with somebody else? And it's good to kind of think of having a budget in advance. And that's why I said that little PDF they have on the SBA website, it's a great little exercise because it helps you think through, where do I need to collaborate? Where do I need to partner up? What are my weaknesses that someone else can be a strength for me? But there's always going to be some cost involved, unless you're bartering. And then you still have your cost of time and services because you guys are giving each other something. You got to be willing to compromise because it's not just about you anymore. It's about you and your partner. And that means you got to care about your partner. And that goes back to that synergy. Who do you connect with? Who do you really want to work with? And again, who do you really want to see succeed? And so even if it's your competitor and it's another woman and you're like, wow, I love what she's doing. Think about it this way. How can I get a piece of that? How can I enhance what she's doing? How can she enhance what I'm doing? A lot of times you'll have a big company that just dabbles in something that you do really well, but it's just a sideshow for them. So maybe you partner up so that you become the primary and they may even get rid of their sideshow, sell it to you, or you become their main subcontractor for that. So think about it outside the box. Not that you can't work with them, not that you got to beat them. Remember they said if you can't beat them, join them. So how do we join forces? You have to have a consensus on strategy. So what is it that we're going to do? One of the favorite things I love to see people do is marketing. If you're somewhere near a strip mall or you have a brick and mortar, or even if you're online, think about your sales strategy. If you and another company join forces, I get a discount for using your products, they get a discount for using my products. But we're now reaching a double audience because they're reaching both their audience and my audience. But we're only running one campaign. So if that campaign costs money, now instead of it costing each of you $500, it's costing each of you $250. And then you got to be committed to the process because in a partnership, things don't always happen immediately. So you got to look at how long are we going to work this strategy? How long are we going to be committed to it? What are the outcomes we're both looking for? Going back to caring about your partner, what if they start seeing better outcomes than you before you meet your timeline? You got to be willing to give and take and make sure that each person comes out with a win-win, because a partnership is not a win-win. It's not a good partnership. So what can you get out of this? Increase innovation. Maybe they have something you don't have and you don't have time to learn it. You multiply your networks, like I said, their audience and your audience. It escalates your education because you're learning from them and they should be learning from you. Everybody should be bringing something to the table. You reserve your resources. Again, going back to the example of marketing. If you do a marketing campaign together, everybody's still winning, but you're spending less money or you're splitting the costs. And then you strengthen problem solving because two heads is always better than one. And how many times have you had a problem as an entrepreneur, particularly as a solo entrepreneur, and you didn't have anybody to turn to say, wow, I don't know what to do here. I don't know how to figure this out. But if you have a partner, somebody you're partnering up with, now you've got somebody else to bounce those ideas off of. So we want to examine how small business owners can transform competitors into collaborators. You can do and it's really not competitive, it's collaborative partnership. So I apologize for the error. Purchasing partnership, a joint venture, partnering with a nonprofit, and then developing informal alliances. So let's get to it. Here are some examples. Big companies, Some you think would be competitors, and others you would say, oh, well, that makes sense. So back in the day, Apple and IBM was working together. Well, why would Apple want to work with IBM? Well, Apple wanted to get into the big global corporate enterprise, and IBM wanted more people to pay attention to their branding because they had lost some of their positioning. Alexander Wang, some of you guys may know of them. If you don't, look them up. They're very high end. H&M is more of our everyday, wear. So they did what they call a short-term offering. They offer some of their things short-term through H&M or in collaboration with H&M. It gave them exposure to a different audience because their audience is usually a little bit older, but it also gave H&M exposure to a higher end audience that might say, hey, on my casual, when I'm not doing this might be a great place to collect my wear. Spotify and Uber were doing something back in the day where you could only get this platform through Spotify on your Uber app, but you had to upgrade. So Spotify wanted Uber users to upgrade to the next level. And Uber users had this esteem or special access to Spotify. I love GoPro and Red Bull. So GoPro is these people on the go with their little camera and they're busy, and Red Bull people tend to be, very progressive and outgoing. And the two of them got together for a marketing campaign because they felt like, hey, our audiences are kind of comparative. We're looking at some of the same people. Let's join forces in this marketing campaign. And it was a good matchup. People on the go, want to have energy. So they want a Red Bull. A lot of Red Bull people that are on the go are into active, fun things. And so GoPro is all about being out there, doing your own thing, being progressive. Pretty cool. BMW did a whole set. Well, Louis Vuitton did a whole set of luggage exclusively for BMW. So how can what you offer become an exclusive offering for somebody else? So maybe you make jewelry. Why don't you partner up with someone else that's selling clothing? Or partner up with someone else that's doing bags? Or partner up with someone that's doing events and get your jewelry into some of their event bags? Maybe you're doing something on the food side. Then maybe you can offer, coupons for a certain percentage off or an appetizer with your entree at the particular location or through the person that you're working with if they buy so much of the other person's product. So everybody gets exposure. Start looking at how can you do this with other people. Don't try to do it alone. Look at ways that you can do it with other people. And with the strategies and the infrastructure, I don't know if you guys read the whole bill, there are going to be so many opportunities, but they're going to be big opportunities. And so you're going to want to get together with other people so that you can meet the requirements. So really think, who am I collaborating with? How much does it cost to market on Facebook? What if you guys were doing a collaborative campaign? And 3 or 4 of you were doing a sale, a promotion. You're splitting that cost, but you're also reaching your full audiences now. Think about it. Who are you collaborating with? And what competitor has the audience you want? What can you bring to them? I always tell people when they're networking, you need to come with your hand out. There needs to be something in it too. You're not just asking people to give to you, but what do you have to offer? Purchasing partnerships are great. I was just speaking to a young lady out in California, actually. They have a whole group of business owners that purchase together. And you don't need somebody else to do this for you. If you know you're having trouble purchasing something and you know it costs you more because you're buying as an individual, you need to put something out. Use social media for something other than happy birthday. Put it out there. Hey, I buy such and such and such. Who else is buying this? Let's create a partnership. Let's create a purchasing partnership. Let's all of us get together so that we have a bigger order, we get a greater discount, and then we can make more money because we can sell it back to our customers for less. or sell it back to your customers for what you always sell it for, but because you paid less, you're still getting a greater profit. And don't wait for other people to drive this. You can drive this. What is your need? How can you lead in your community, in your area, to meet that need? It's not about somebody else doing it. And if somebody else is doing it and their cost is too expensive, hey, there's probably other people just like you that think, wow, this is so expensive. You know, I really can't afford that. Who else can afford it? Who else can you collaborate with? You guys get together, start your own purchasing partnership. You can learn from the big guys, but you can create your own smaller, more appropriate network collaboration partnership that meets your needs. Joint ventures, that is a business entity that is created by at least two parties which share ownership, returns, and risks. A joint business can be a business, or it can work on a single project that all parties have interest in. And in the last couple of years, several joint ventures entered the spotlight, particularly in automotive. Like back in 2011, Ford and Toyota worked together on producing hybrid trucks. Now they're competitors. Why would they be working together? Well, research and development is expensive. If we share the costs, people are still going to buy what they like. So what is it that Ford's offering that Toyota's not offering? What is it that Toyota's offering that Ford's not offering? If we're all going in this direction, how can we help each other get there? There's still going to be competitors. They're still going to be selling their cars, but they're covering and working on some of the costs to say, hey, this is something we need to bring to the market. How can we work together to make it happen? Think big. And partnering with a nonprofit. I love talking about this only because so many of us in business, we want to help people. You're in business and you want to help people. And sometimes as a small business owner, you're out there and you want to set up a nonprofit and all these other things. But look at some of these big companies. They wait till they start making money and then they develop a foundation and then they go back and say, how can I help? So I always encourage you guys, focus on your revenues, build up your business, because once you're making good money, once your business is profitable, you can always form a foundation. You can always form a nonprofit and you can circle back around and do whatever you want to do. Make-A-Wish Foundation. Partnered up with Fun Mustangs, where the kids got to have their cars. The Child Fund International ended up partnering up with Tom Shoes. But Tom Shoes didn't do that when they started out. They did that as they grew and said, hey, we want to give back. We want to do more than just make money. We want to make a difference. You look at the Mandela Foundation and how they're helping with advocacy and mobilizing volunteers and organizing events. You wouldn't think that would be something that they would be doing, but they want to give back. How can we be more, be bigger than what we are? And then we have AmeriCares, who partnered up with GE Foundation. And look what they gave them, staff to operate free clinics. But these are big companies. And you can do it on a small level, but make sure you don't stretch yourself to where you're not doing your business and you're doing so much giving back that you're not actually doing your business. Your business has to come first. You've got to drive your revenues, your sales, because when you're successful, you can be a greater help and a greater impact to others. And last but not least is PAC, and they joined up with Coca-Cola. And they're doing work all the way over in Southeast Asia. You wouldn't think about it when you think about Coke, but people have different ventures and different interests. And when you look at your Informal Alliance, you know, Meetup is still very popular. I think it even became more popular during COVID. Joining these virtual communities for small businesses and being a networker that pays it forward. So again, like I said, networking is a two-way street. As much as you want to get, you got to be willing to give. I always tell people, you want folks to come to your group, you want people to listen to your podcast. Whose event are you attending? Whose podcast are you listening to? Whose products have you bought? What referrals have you made? You've got to be willing to give as much as you want to give. That's how it really works. If we're all like making that circle, I got you, you got me, then it works. If it becomes very selfish, it doesn't work because everybody's just looking out for themselves. And that's why Melissa said, and I believe it's sisterhood in action. Don't talk about being a sister. Don't talk about having somebody six. Be about it. Be about doing that good work. And be about supporting each other. So when you look at the factors that are really important, combine complementary services to enhance the overall customer experience. So I've got a fragrance, you've got makeup. That's a great customer experience, a combined service that they get a sample of both. So now they get this great smelling, perfume, but they also get this great, makeup that they can now see if does that work for me? Or I like the way this lasts. I love these colors. Creation of products that are exclusive. So you want to launch a new product, but you don't want to just go all out. So maybe you partner up with somebody else that has something that might go well with that product to see, will people be interested? Will they buy this? I'm going to put this in my friend's hair salon. I've got a new cream. I've got a new foot oil. I've got a new hair gel. I'm going to put it in my friend's salon, or I'm going to put it in one of the community stores, and I'm going to do small samples. And I want to see, how many people are buying it, how many people are trying it, and are people coming back and saying, oh, where can I get more of this? Do you have a bigger bottle? Bring in higher-end products because you're collaborating with a higher-end collaborator. And then combination of two huge trends. What's happening in your industry that would work with somebody else, and how can the two of you benefit from it? I hope you got your thinking cap on. I hope you are thinking, who can I partner up with? How can I cut my costs? How can I increase my audience by partnering with somebody else? Again, maybe even a competitor, because each of you have something that you do well and you know it. Let's be honest. There's something over there she does and she does it well. And in fact, she probably does it better than you. But there's something over here you do well too. And you do it better than her. How can you come together to make more money, to increase your presence, to build on those two strengths, to collaborate? So let's look at some applications. And it all starts with this: mission, vision, cultural values, customers, and of course, if you have staff, your staff. So what is your mission? A lot of people think only nonprofits have missions. That's not true. Businesses have mission. If you don't have a mission statement, you should be thinking, what did I start this business to do? What am I doing every day? What's the goal here? Because for most people, it's not just to make money. You're solving a problem, you're meeting a need. What is it? What's your mission? Any partnerships you develop need to align with your mission. If you don't know what it is, that becomes an immediate problem because you don't know who you really need to align with. Steve Jobs said, if you're working on something exciting that you really care about, you don't have to be pushed. The vision pulls you. So what's the vision for your company? I always tell my clients, start with the end in mind. Where are you trying to go? Are you building a legacy for your family? Do you want to be like a franchise and have multiple locations? Do you want to be more of a Main Street business? I want to serve my community. I'm not going to leave this location because there's enough people here that I want to serve. This is it. But what's the vision? Where are you going? How do you know when you get there? They say make the vision, actually write the vision, make it clear. Because people will want to follow you when you know where you're going. Leadership is the capacity to translate vision into reality. But if you don't have a vision, you can't translate it into anything. So what's the vision for your company? That's the big picture, long term. And then what's the mission of your company? What do you do every day when you get up? What are you trying to achieve? I get up, go to my business, and this is what we do. We either do it for our clients, we do it for the community. What is it that you do? If you're a business, you're doing it for your customers. So what is it that you do for your customers? What need are you meeting? What problem are you solving? How do you want to serve them? How do you want them to relate to you? What are you trying to accomplish? Make sure you have a mission, because mission is very, very important. And then we look at the culture of your organization. Who are you? This is really important when you're talking about partnerships, because this is where a lot of people fall and have trouble. So you guys think a lot, you have great synergy, and you finish each other's sentences and all that sounds really great. But then when it comes to your project, you have different ideas and values. So are you the person that puts your customer first, they're always right? And your partner's like, no, I'm not returning nothing. We gave them a good product. If they don't like it, too bad. I'm like, whoa, that's not how I treat my clients. That's not how we work. We always make sure the client is satisfied. So what are the cultural values of your business? How do you see your customer? How do you deal with problems? How do you engage customers? Can they always get a refund? You have to make sure that whoever you're partnering with has some of the same values and similar values. If you guys are working on something collectively and something in that package is not good and it happens to be your partner, and you go back to them and say, hey, you got to replace this. We got to give them money back because this wasn't right. And it's got to come out of your share. And they say, no, now you got a problem. So you want to talk to all those details. How do we handle customer problems? How do we handle returns? How do we handle people that make, comments on Google, whatever it is, about what we're doing? Because now you're tied together. So you need to be on the same page. And a lot of times we forget this. We just, this is great. This is a good product. This is a great idea. We're going to make a lot of money. And we forget about all the things that come afterwards. And so the essentials for a successful collaboration starts with, first, self-awareness. Who are you? What are you trying to do? What do you hope to achieve through this? What's your motive? Make sure your motives are right. Why do I want to connect with this person? I'm not trying to get with my competitor to steal their ideas or to find out their trade secrets. I really want to connect with this person and see how we can collaborate and help each other be more successful. You want to scale. You want to take your business to the next level. So you want to share and you want to leverage your resources so you can reach new markets. Re-energize connections that you have with new products from a new collaborative. And then I love this, creative abrasion. This comes from Jerry Hirsch. He coined this term when he was an executive designer with Nissan. And so when we think about abrasion, it's a process of wearing down through friction, which is typically considered to be negative. But friction in its purest form is actually energy. So leverage the differences and work to identify what can be complementary about them. So just because something doesn't start off smooth and easy, doesn't mean it won't work. Sometimes you got to work through the kinks to get to the good stuff. So don't throw away an opportunity because the first time you sit down, you can't come to an agreement. Keep digging deeper. Okay, this didn't work. What about this? And then let's look into the future. What are those opportunities we have not thought about? Learn, and then learn some more. Be the kind of entrepreneur that knows, I don't know what I don't know. And the only way I'm going to find out is by exposing myself to more education, more development, more opportunities to get connected and learn from other people. And now I invite you, create your circle of collaborators. Thank you, ladies. Do we have any questions? Do we have any questions?
Any questions, feel free to use the chat or unmute yourself. VR, did you want to put your contact info in the chat?
No question, but I have a comment.
Yes, ma'am.
Hello, VR. I just wanted to say that was a great presentation because it reinforced what I just learned with partnerships. And I just realized or found out that having others with you means a whole lot. It gives you the confidence, support that you need. And I just recently made a partnership with a nonprofit called Project Vet. So I'm so excited.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And Tracy, tell us what you do so they understand.
Yes, I help veterans understand the federal hiring process by helping them tailor their resume, analyzing job vacancies, determine their eligibility, answer the self-assessment questions accurately for their skill set, and apply for positions at USA Jobs.
Absolutely. And we know how difficult the federal job process can be. So definitely a business that's needed. So spread the word. If anybody's on here and they know of people that are looking for federal opportunities and they're just kind of hitting a wall, Tracy is your wall breaker.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Did anyone else have questions or comments? I do encourage everybody to go to that SBA website. I love their little journey. It reiterates some of what we said, and it gets a little bit more in depth into the particular types of partnerships. But I really want you to think like what you can do right now. What you can do right now to build your company, to expand your audience, to expand your reach. And I know those opportunities are there. You just have to think outside the box. Who are you networking with? Who are you seeing on Facebook, Instagram, and you love what they're doing? How can you connect? Partner up. We're all trying to make money. How can you partner up? Make money. And you never know until you ask. I always tell people, ask for what you want. You never know. Don't say, oh, they would never want to work with me. Oh, they're too big for me. You never know until you ask.
We have a hand raised.
Okay. You know what? Social media kind of helps you. As an introvert, you don't really have to see people and go that face to face and eye to eye. You can reach out to somebody on social media. And you can start making that connection just there. You can do a FaceTime, you can do a Zoom, or you can do a free conference call if you're not ready to kind of do the eye to eye. And just be honest. I love your product. I love what you're doing. I think there might be a way for us to collaborate to expand our audience, increase our brand, to offer some special promotions. And again, don't make people think they got to be locked into this forever. A lot of those companies did limited projects. Andrew Wayne limited. It was probably like a month or 2 months that they were offering what they were offering through H&M. Pottery House in I think it was the painting company. They had a project where you could get the paint and then the Pottery House was like matching it up with different things. you got to think outside the box. These were really some neat ideas. You know, you wouldn't think of a camera company with Red Bull, but who's doing what you're doing or who's not doing what you're doing, but has a similar audience? She doesn't do what I do, but her audience. And again, that's knowing your customer. Can you tell me your customer and literally draw a picture for me? Because if you know your customer, then you kind of know who else is engaging them. And who do I need to partner with to expand my reach into my customer base? So everybody is not everybody's customer. So you got to drill down, male, female, age, the type of money they make, the kind of education they have, the kind of car they drive, the kind of food they like to eat. You want to drill down. Big companies do that. They drill down and target market. You want to really know who your customer is. So when you spend money marketing, you know you're targeting the right people. You know you're targeting the people that you think will buy your product or that you want to buy your product. So again, another key thing we didn't talk about in the partnership advantage, but definitely something you need to do is be able to draw that picture of your customer by just telling me who's your customer. And I should be able to draw a picture of them in my mind, who you're trying to target.
So we have a hand raised from Slay Queen.
Go ahead.
Hi, good afternoon. Thank you so much for that presentation. I absolutely resonate with everything that you were speaking on. I recently retired from the Air Force after serving 30 years. And thank you. I started a business and it's called #Slay, SLAY, to success. And I help military women leaders of color to transform their conformed power to authentic power. So when I've been on my social media platforms and I have been giving content and I've been sharing and I coach and I wrote a book, and I do all these different things with that. And by chance, someone was stalking me and they admitted they were stalking me, and it was a big company. And so this big company is now offering me, and I accepted, a contract with them to instruct and mentor other military women leaders in their group. And so, and it's an opportunity for me to share my business with their business. And like you said, opening up a new audience of people, and also to serve and, serve those people that I truly want to serve. And so I thank you so much for your presentation. I will be going back and doing the replay and taking notes down and taking the other pieces of nuggets that you've given to us. So thank you so much for doing the presentation today.
Thank you for coming on and congratulations. That's exactly, we didn't talk about mergers and acquisitions, but that's how a lot of small companies go to that next level. And so this wasn't a merger or an acquisition, but you never know. Down the line, they may say, wow, we really love what you're doing. We love to acquire your company. And the big deal with that, when anybody wants to acquire you, is the negotiation about how you are presented, that you get to keep your brand, that you get to stay involved in the decision making. And to me, those are two key things, because you wouldn't believe how many companies we all love fall up under Philip and Morris, which was known for cigarettes. And a lot of people were even boycotting them at a time, but they had no idea. Philip Morris owns some of the companies they love, some of the food brands they love, because it's an umbrella company. So as long as a big company comes along and says, I want you, that doesn't mean they're going to steal your company. You can still keep your name. You can still keep your brand. You can still be involved in decision making. You just have to negotiate all that and know what you want for your company. Again, going back to knowing the end. Where are you really trying to go with this company? Maybe you started it to sell it, to make money. Maybe you started it for the long term, to have a legacy. But if you don't know why you got into it, when someone offers you a deal, it makes it more complexing, because you're like, wow, I don't know what I want to do. because I didn't know what I wanted to do with my company. So start thinking about that. What is the end game for you? And then position yourself. Great job. I'm so excited for you. And I hope that leads to other companies and other referrals bringing you on board to do what you do. Was there anyone else, Melissa?
Nope, I would like to share with you the chat. Thank you for the great information. This was great presentation, although I arrived late to the presentation. So Terry, don't worry, because we recorded it and you'll be able to watch it. Thank you. Also, Terry said, I'm an introvert and that usually gets in the way of networking with others. So, and then anybody else, we've got some time and you've got VR. And VR's contact info is in the chat, so feel free to reach out to her directly.
Yeah, and then if you go to our website, we have a link where you can go right in there and schedule an appointment. So if you want to talk about something, you didn't want to talk about it here because, you know, it's kind of private and you feel like you don't want to take up everybody's time, you can schedule a 15, 30, or a 1 hour information or mentoring session, however you perceive it or want it to be perceived. And we're happy to continue to work with you. But I watched the group do this in New York and it was phenomenal at a strip mall. And they were not, people would come in for the pizza and then get back in their car and never go to the cleaners or never go to the other little store on the end. And they did a marketing piece for the whole little strip mall for the 4 of them. And so whenever you went into one of the stores, it was an encouragement for you to go into one of the other stores, because you were going to get something off. And every customer that bought from them got the form, got the coupon. Hey, try so-and-so and you'll get blank. You'll get $1 off your pizza. You'll get something off your cleaning. You know, you get 10% off at their little store on the end. And so there was always some benefit. And then the person that you already love and support is saying to you, oh yeah, they're good. They're good. Yeah, you should check them out. You never been in there? And so all of a sudden you're getting a new customer. So I've got a minute, I'm not in a rush, but I normally don't check out any of the other stuff, but now I've got this coupon. So I'm gonna save some money. Why not? I haven't decided what I was gonna get for dinner. Why not get pizza for the kids? Why not check out this cleaners? The price is too high where I am. I'm not completely happy. Let's see what these people can do. Think about who's in your circle. How can you offer something that gives your client greater benefit with a one-time hit? Even as little as putting other people on your website. You know, buy blank from us and get this coupon from so-and-so for 10% off. Who knows? Maybe they want that 10% off. When they go to their website, they say the same thing. Buy X from us and get a coupon for 20% off from so-and-so. You got to try these strategies and see what works. But you got to help. These are difficult times. We got to help each other. How can you help each other? Stop trying to do it alone. How can you help each other get more business, get in front of more people? I take $80 out of 100 all day long. If I got to give you 20 for the referral, no problem. If I got to lose, $3 or $4 for the discount, no problem. I just got a potentially new customer. Think about it that way. How many potential new customers can you gain? Who do you want to partner with? Who are you talking to all the time? You guys are networking together, you're going to events together, and you've never done any business together. Can you partner up and do something? Opportunities are out there. We're just not taking full advantage of them because we're not thinking outside the box. All right, Melissa, I could keep, saying the same thing over and over again, but.
No, it's good because we need to hear it, right? We need to hear it multiple times. Even I need to hear it multiple times. So no, this is good.
Yeah, I know me and Melissa, we've been doing the same thing, trying to find opportunities. How can we collaborate? How can we help each other? A lot of people talk about it, but you got to be about it. That's what I call sisterhood in action. A lot of people yell sisterhood, sisterhood. But what are you really doing for your sister? Put that in action. And as military people, Navy, Army, Marine, it doesn't matter what you are. We all have that connection. How are we helping each other get back on our feet? Transition. How are we helping each other succeed? You know, there's more of us than there are anybody else. If we decided to work together, we'd be untouchable. If we decided, I'm going to work and help other women. And I honestly believe this whole equity and inclusion, this is based on us. Because when we say no more, it's unacceptable, and we don't do it, we can stop other people from doing it. When we do this with each other in business, people see we mean business. Look at them working together. Wow, all 4 of them are working together. Look at that project they're doing over there. Wow, these women are really getting together. They're on their game. It also draws respect because they see we're not playing. We're about business. We're about making money. And we're about using every single opportunity available to us to do it. Hey, I'm with you. If you want to think through some stuff, throw some things around. I said to next networking event, do a strategy around marketing, around partnering. Let's go around and see who's doing what and talk about how you might partner. Make it a whole networking exercise. Instead of just be, networking and saying, oh, this is what I do. This is what I need. This is what I'm trying to do. Who can partner up? Who can help me? So you're not just selling a product, but now you're selling a win-win. This is what I have, and this is what I need. What do you got? This is what I have. This is what I need. What do you got? I don't know, Melissa.
All right. No, this is good stuff. Well, we can go ahead and conclude. And again, this is recorded, so all of you will receive the link. It will be on our YouTube channel, and feel free to reach out to VR. She is a fantastic resource in our community. Set up some time via her website, which I have done. It's the easiest way to get on her calendar.
It is. I love it, man. It is a gold mine of time saving.
Yes.
So I hope to meet you all. I wish you the very best. We have a bunch of events coming up, Melissa. You can check them out on our website. I won't take up all your time. Tomorrow is Trending Thursdays. Next week, we have Managing Monday with ADT. If any of you are local, anybody in the DFW area, we have events going on site. So we invite you to get connected and stay connected because there's so much going on. But Melissa, if we don't use it, they lose it, right?
Yep, absolutely.
No, we can't get funding to do stuff for you that you're not participating in because the funder looks at it and says, oh, people don't want that. Oh, they're not coming to that. And then they don't come back. So if you don't use it, you lose it. And no matter how me and Melissa fight for you, it's a dead issue if you're not using it. So make sure you're staying connected and you're supporting all these great programs and you're supporting each other because we truly want to see you be successful.
Absolutely. All right. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Thank you again, VR. I'm so glad you're able to present today. So thank you again.
Thank you. Everybody have a great day.
Bye.
Bye-bye.